Hey, how's it going? This is Minister Gold. This is a Mix It Up tutorial on how to make a song request system. Okay, so first of all, this is different from Mix It Up's music player because in Mix It Up's music player, it only takes music local to your PC. But what this is doing is users can type in !SR space some search terms or !SR space a YouTube URL. It could be from a playlist. It could be a shortened URL. It could be a mobile YouTube URL, a regular YouTube URL. It takes pretty much any variation of YouTube URL, and it brings back, if it's a valid search, or valid URL as well. It gives you the title of the video. It gives you a normalized URL with the YouTube ID to play in the Mix It Up YouTube overlay, or Mix It Up YouTube overlay action, rather. It gives you the duration of how long that video is. And then we also keep track of where everyone is in the queue. And something else I'll show you how to set up is I do play music that is like, DMCA, but that doesn't go to the VOD. So I'm personally not too worried about it. But if you don't want music that would be DMCA, then make it clear to your chat to not do that. And I'll show you an easy way to make it so you can skip any songs that are like DMCA. It's not like an automated way, but making a hotkey to refresh the browser source, which cancels that song out. And then if you do end up playing DMCA music on your stream, but not in the VOD, I will show you how to play different music for the VOD. That way they're just not left with silence of you just playing a game. And I think that's pretty much everything that I'll show you how to do. If you find this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe for more Mix It Up tutorials. If you'd like to talk with me about Twitch, Mix It Up gaming, life in general, please follow me on twitch.tv/ministergold. And if you value Mix It Up, please consider becoming a member of their Patreon so they can pay for server costs and because of the time they put in for something that we use for free. Okay, first of all, I am on version 1.8.021. Okay, so before I show you the command, I want to demonstrate the command to you. So let me show you how this works. I'm going to show you two basic examples. One where I use search terms, and another where I just provide a URL. So I can show you how all this functionality works. Okay. I love listening to Hades, so let's get some Hades music. Now, remember that in the URL they have this playing in, track 2 is turned off in OBS. That will make it so that the music played right now will not go to the VOD. And although this is a recording, the result is going to be you're not going to hear it in YouTube. Okay, so it says Minister Gold added. This is the URL for Hades through Asphodel. I'm number 1 in the queue. Now, since the approximate wait is 8:43, that's technically incorrect. The approximate wait should be 0 because I'm the next in line. This is taking the duration. So that's something I have to go back and change later. So just a heads up about that. But we're gonna go look at the URL. Does this relate to what I typed in? Let's take a look at the URL. Okay, there it is, Hades through Asphodel. Okay. Okay, now I have a button, I have a command to play the music because this is not automatic. Like when this song finishes, I have to press a button on my my tablet, my Stream Deck, to play the song, which is fine. I don't mind making it wait because sometimes I want some silence when I'm talking. Or if like someone's coming with a raid or something. Let me play it now. Okay. So there it is. And notice also how it shows the time, what the duration is for the song until it finishes. Okay. Now let's add another song. Let's get a really weird URL from like a playlist or something. I'm gonna go to YouTube. Let's see. Where can I find? I have a playlist here. Oh, okay, no. Okay, My Mix. I have a thing here called My Mix. This is a YouTube made playlist. Let's take a look at that. Also, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop this song right now. I have a hotkey to refresh this specific overlay, and that'll stop it. Okay, now it's done. I no longer hear the music. Now I'm gonna go here. Okay, you can't hear this right now. So I'm going to go like this. Okay, now you should be able to hear it. Okay, now I'm gonna right click this, copy this link. I'm gonna go back to mix it up. I'm gonna go back to my chat. Exclamation SR space. Okay, this is a very weird URL. This is a playlist. Okay, so will it give me this video that we just saw? Okay, so Mr. Gold added this URL. Notice how this URL is not the same as this URL. It's been normalized. We want it normalized so it's less complex for Mix It Up to play. Okay, but what's the same as this ID right here. Okay. Okay, so it says Tenchu Music, Punch the Evil Merchant. Is that the name of the song? Tenchu Music, Punch the Evil Merchant. Yep. And here is the cover for this. So now let's play this. Okay, I'm gonna play the song. Press the button on my Stream Deck to play it. I am back in the queue. If I want to know where I am in the queue, or let's say, hey, let's have multiple songs. And by the way, I set a song. You can set song limits. How many songs a user could have at a time. So I'll set the song limit to 2. Okay. I'll grab another song. Exclamation SR, and this. Okay, I've added a second song. Okay. Now, if I wanted to see all the songs that are in the queue that I have in the queue, I can go like this. SRPOS. It's showing my 2 songs, approximately how long till those songs play, and what number they are in the queue. Oh, I added the same song twice, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Whoops. Well, I have 2 songs. I have 2 songs in the queue, and they're the same one. Let's change that real quick. Okay, let's play this song. Let's add a different song. Let's add this one. Okay. So now I should have 2 different songs. So if I go SRPOS, it's showing my 2 songs that are in the queue and where they are in the queue. Okay. And if I try to add a third song, I set a song limit of 2. So what happens if I try to add a third song? Let's add this one. This is something different. Okay. Sorry, Mr. Gold, you've already reached the song limit 2. Please wait till your current song video leaves the queue. Okay. So yeah, so that way you can make sure it's according to your judgment, what is fair for chatters for how many songs they have in the queue. You can make sure that enough people get their songs in the queue by setting a limit. And yeah, I believe that is the system. That is everything I'm going to show you how to make. Now, this is a lot. It will be a long video, so buckle up. I will put this on Ko-Fi. I'm gonna ask for a minimum of $3, because I did do a lot to make this. So if you want to learn a lot, watch the video. But if you want to just get the system, then go to Ko-Fi and download it. There are a few preliminary steps you have to do that are very important to do before we start making this command. The first thing we need to do is make 2 overlays. Okay, so we're going to click on the top right. We're going to go to overlays. The 2 overlays I'm making are called Mix It Up Music. And the other overlay is not a mix-up overlay, it's for Rainwave. It's so that I'm playing like covers of video game music in my VOD. Now, I should warn you that if you do plan to like cut up your VOD, cut up your like a VOD or recording of a VOD to put on YouTube, Rainwave is not safe for YouTube. It's safe for Twitch, but not for YouTube. They will often like strike your video, or not strike your video, but basically demonetize it because it'll get claimed. So if you don't want to use Rainwave because of that reason, then just a heads up, find some other music to put in this overlay or in this source. Okay, so we're gonna go to here, type in MIU music, add it, copy it. Let's see, then we'll go to OBS. I have an overlay scene. I'm gonna click on studio mode. I'm gonna go to overlay scene. And then I'm gonna click on the plus sign, add source, browser source. Then we go look at the Mix It Up Music overlay. Paste in my overlay URL over here. Set it to 1920 by 1080 and set it to control audio via OBS. And if you go to the audio mixer, go to options right here. If you're on the same version as me for OBS, the version I'm on is at least 32.1.2. Okay. So click on the options here, go to advanced audio properties, look for the Mix It Up Music overlay, and turn off track 2. That'll cause any audio from here to not go to your Twitch VOD or your recording. Okay. Also in settings, you'll want to set your Twitch VOD track. So go to settings right here. And then go to outputs. When you are not recording or streaming, go to streaming settings, go to Twitch VOD track, make sure this is checked on, and make sure it's set to track number 2. And have audio track set to track number 1. So this will go to your VOD, and this will go to your stream. Okay, also, if you would like to set up a hotkey to refresh your like Mix It Up Music overlay, this is what you do. You go to settings, go to hotkeys, go to filters, or you can look up this, actually you can look up refresh. Go all the way down here. So the name of my overlay is called MIU Music, and I set the hotkey to Control, Shift, and 3. And if you refresh this overlay, the video for the song will stop showing, the music will stop playing. You're refreshing the overlay, so everything that is happening in this overlay will just stop. So if someone's playing a song that you don't want to be played, or if you need to stop because it's a raid or something, then you could set up a hotkey to refresh a specific browser source, such as your Mix It Up overlay source, browser source. Now, if you do plan to have a Rainwave, what you'll do is let me show you my OBS again. Go back to my overlay scene. See, I think I have an overlay called Rainwave cover right here. Okay, here's my Rainwave cover source. It is in my audio scene. It's a browser source. Let's take a look at that. So this is what this is. It's a http://allrelays.rainwave.cc/covers.mp3. And when you make this source visible, it'll play music. So set this to control audio via OBS, and we do not want this to go to the stream. So what we'll do is we'll go to audio mixer, we'll go to options, advanced audio properties, we'll look for Rainwave cover is what I called it. It's currently not visible, so you can't see it. Okay, here is Rainwave cover, and track 1 is unchecked. That causes it to not go to the stream, so that you don't hear like both your YouTube music and this music at the same time. Also, note how this is Rainwave cover. I have it below the screen, so you can't see. Like if I unhide it, you'll see the player. So I put it below the screen, so you can't see the player. And when you unhide the browser source, give it a little bit of time, and it'll start playing music. Okay. Aside from those two steps, making the two overlays, there's one other very major step that making the song request system depends on, and that is having a YouTube API key. Okay. Now, there's a good chance you don't know how to get one. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to splice in a piece from an old video that I made. The piece I'm going to splice in is a piece that shows you how to get a YouTube API key. Once you have the key, save it. Don't share it with anybody. And that is, once we have that key, you'll be able to normalize your YouTube URLs, meaning be able to get the ID and just make a simple YouTube URL instead of these long, like either like a short YouTube URL or like a playlist URL. Instead of getting those, you'll just have a simple YouTube URL. You'll get the duration of the videos, the titles, and stuff like that. Okay, so to get that automatically, you need a YouTube URL. So I'm gonna splice that in right now, and I'll see you when you get back. Okay. So now let me show you how to get an API key for YouTube. Okay, so I will leave this link in the description. You're gonna go here, follow these steps in the before you start piece. This will help you get your API key for YouTube. I'll go through some of the steps with you because some of it might be confusing to navigate through. So you have to have a Google account. I think you can do that on your own. Get that set up. If you already have a YouTube channel, then you already have it. If you have Gmail, you already have it. And then in step number 2, we're going to go to the Google Developer Console. Okay, I'm going to move this to another window or another screen for a second, just to make sure I don't show you any sensitive data. So just give me 1 second here. Oh, you know what? Actually, first what I can show you is click on Enable APIs and Services. And just search for YouTube. Hit enter. Okay, there you go. So click on this one, YouTube Data API v3. For me, it's already enabled, but for you, it'll be right here to enable it. Okay. And then next, you want to create a project. To do that, you're going to click on this drop-down right here to the left of the search field. New project. For whatever reason, you have to click it more than once, at least in my case. Maybe it's because it's still loading. Okay, so just call it whatever you want. I just called it Mix It Up and then Create. I'm not going to create it because mine's already made. Okay,
Next is the credentials piece. I need to hide some of my window so I can show you that without showing you my API key. Okay, so yeah, you're going to click on credentials on the left side here. Then you click on create credentials, API key. So I'm going to be deleting this, but we're going to restrict the key. Give it whatever name you want, whatever you think makes sense, YouTube. And then at the very least, you want to set an API restriction. Click on restrict key. Click on the select API dropdown. Just type in YouTube to start. And then there is your YouTube data API v3. Click on that. OK. And then save. Make sure you copy your API key. Maybe save it on your computer if you don't want to keep coming back here. For me, I don't need it anymore, so I am going to delete it. And that is how you make your API key.
Okay, welcome back. Hopefully you now have your YouTube API key. If you do, we'll continue. Let's see. So first of all, I'll start with the simple stuff first, and then we'll go to the complex stuff. So first of all, let's look at the song limits. Okay, so here's my set YouTube song limit. I just called, well, you could use a song limit or YT limit, and this is just 2 actions. Also, you want to make sure this is only available to streamer and moderator. So click on the key, set it to advanced, choose streamer, add it, and then moderator, and add it. Okay, the first action will be a special identifier. So add that. We'll call it song limit. Value is $arg1 text. Make it globally usable and a math expression, so that when we go check whether the user has met the song limit, they'll be able to access it because it's globally usable, and it'll be a number. So we could check if the number, like the number of songs they have, is equal to this number. And then a chat message, just confirming what the song request limit was set to. So add a chat message, and it'll say song request limit per user set to $arg1 text. Okay, and save it. Okay, the next command I'll show you is how to, it will allow users to check which songs they have in the queue and what position they are in the queue and approximately how long until that song plays. Okay, the name of this command is song request position. Okay, so that's why the command is srpos. This is available to everybody, so I've set it to a user for the permissions. Auto include exclamation point. Okay, for this first action, it's a file action. We're reading each line. So what I should also show you is all of the txt files we'll be using. So before I talk about this, let me show you that. Okay, in Mixitup, I have a folder called MIU docs. In there, I have a YouTube folder. And then these are the 4 files we'll be using. So we have YouTube requests, or rather YouTube underscore requests.txt, YouTube underscore durations.txt, YouTube underscore terms.txt, and YouTube underscore users.txt. So requests will have the URLs for the videos. Durations will have how long each of those videos are. Terms will have basically the titles of each of those songs, each of those videos, and users will have the user who requested each of those videos. Okay. All right, so let's go back over here. Okay, so We will be reading each line of the yt_users.txt, and I'm just calling the identifier SR user, the song request user. And this is what we'll be doing on every line. Okay. So first we're adding a counter. And if you don't have this counter, you're going to call it SR count and just go set it to 0, save the file, press play, and that's going to make the counter. Okay. So set this back to update. Okay, so every time we enter here, it'll add 1 to the counter. We're getting the song duration from the durations file. So we're providing the counter number to this. So $SR count will get the current number for the counter and the current line of users as well as duration. So this is let's see, file read and write, and then read specific line from file. Okay, so then we're adding a special identifier. We're calling it the same name, giving it the same value, but we're just making sure that it is read as a number and not text. And so that's why we're making it global. We're making a math expression. Making global usable may not be necessary, but I just did that anyway. Now, eventually, we're going to go through every line in the YouTube durations file. And every time we go through, we're adding the duration of each line to itself. And this identifier, song wait, is going to be the total duration of all the requests. And that's going to get us the approximate wait. Or rather, it's not including the song that's currently playing to estimate what the current wait is. And so song number 1, the song that is number 1 in the queue, we'll say 0 minutes remaining, even though there is a song that's currently playing. So if the song that's currently playing is 3 minutes, that would mean there's a 3-minute wait until the current song plays. So it's not factoring that in. So that's why it'll be a little bit inaccurate. Okay, then we're going to add a conditional inside of here. And if SR user, the requesting user, that is the user inside the users.txt file, is equal to user display name, the user that has triggered this command, then that's when we're going to output the information to them. We add a file read and write action, read specific line from file, from the YouTube request.txt file, and whatever account we're on for the SR account, that's the line we want to look at. We'll call this SR URL. We will do the same thing, but with the terms file, and that will give us the title for that video because we saved it earlier when they requested it. Okay, now this next part is a script. This is JavaScript. Okay, so I did find this online, and what it's doing is it's going to convert the total duration, the song wait, all the durations added together to get the minutes and seconds it'll take until the song plays. So I'll move out of the way so you can see the whole thing. But this is the script. Okay, so if you want to pause the video and jot this down, this is what you'll need to convert the total duration from just seconds to minutes and seconds. And in some cases, hours, if it'll be an hour till the song plays. And once this finishes, it'll output the value as $ script result. I'll add a special identifier. And I will save that script result as what I'm calling calc song weight and make it globally usable. This will not be a math expression because it'll be minutes and seconds. And now we'll output $SR count. Well, we have the $sign $SR count. So the current line that we're on in the queue. The title $SR terms, comma, approximate weight, colon, $calc song weight. And that'll give us the minutes and seconds. And I put in parentheses SS just to let them know this is minutes and seconds. Okay, and then after all this is done, we want to add a special identifier called song weight. Set it back to 0, make it globally usable, and a math expression. So that when we go back in this command, it'll start from 0 again, as far as adding all the durations together. As opposed to taking the total duration that I got from last time and adding all the durations again. And then we want to reset the SR count to 0. We want to start back on the first line when this command starts back up again. So we'll add a counter action. Select the SR count, save to file, set to 0. And that is the song request position command for any particular user to see where they are in the queue, the names of the songs they have in the queue, the URLs for those songs, and approximately how long until that song plays. There's one more minor command I want to go into before we go into the main command, which is the song request command, how to add a song to the queue. The next command we'll go into is simply how to enable and disable song request commands. Let's say you're getting close to the end of the stream and you want to make sure that people don't keep adding more songs when you're about to go. So this will be to turn off the group of commands that allows users to add songs to the queue. So it's called enable/disable song requests. I've put it in a group I called admin. It's available to, so it's advanced, set it to streamer and moderator. I call it SR mode. And it has a conditional. 2 conditionals. So for the first conditional, if $arg1 text equals on, that means song requests are enabled. I add a command. It's enabling a command group called YouTube Music. That is where the song request command lives. Or I had other commands in there as well, but now I don't. So if you just want to turn off that command specifically, you can just go disable command and select the YouTube request command. Okay, then a chat message is confirming song requests enabled. Sorry, I said disable. I meant enable. Enable the YouTube Music command group or YouTube request command. Okay, then we have song request disabled. If $arg1 text equals off, then we'll add a command, disable the YouTube Music group, or disable the YouTube request command, and add a chat message that says it was within here, song request disabled. Okay, and so how this would work is in chat, you would type in $SR mode on to turn it on, $SR mode off to turn it off. In my case, though, I don't use the command. Like, I don't type it in. I press a button on my Stream Deck. Okay, And for the last thing that we have to work on is the song request command for the users, and this will be the most complicated part. I'll try to make it as understandable as possible for you, but please ask me any questions that you have about this. Okay, so the name of the command is YT request because we're making the song request through YouTube. For the chat triggers, I have YT request SR or song request, but everyone uses SR, so that could be sufficient. And then everyone's allowed to use it. There's no cooldown on it. And I've got exclamation part auto included. Okay, now first we're going to have a file read and write action. And add it. And we're going to read each line from file for the YouTube_users.txt file. And we'll call the special identifier YT user. This will be on each line we have a user who has requested a song to be added. And so this represents that user. And then for each user, we're adding a count. Well, first we'll do a conditional. We'll add a conditional. If $YT user, the user inside the file, is equal to $user display name, the user using the command, we're going to add to the song count. So song count, save to file, update 1. If you haven't created it yet, you'll go to set it to 0, and then hit play. And then after that, set it back to update 1. And that's just to increase the count to see how many songs they have. But I also have this chat message, which is for me just a way to log it, to log how many songs they have. So every time it finds a song for this user, it's going to put in this chat song count : $song count. But this is just for me for testing. You don't have to have this if you don't want this piece right here, the chat message. This part can be ignored. Okay, if the song limit is reached, so if the song count is equal to the song limit. So here is the conditional. If $song count equals $song limit, then we'll put a chat message in here saying, sorry, at user display name, you've already reached the song limit, in parentheses, $song limit. Please wait for your current songs / videos to leave the queue. Okay, and then after that, we're going to reset the song count. So we'll add the counter, and we're going to set the song count to 0 and save it. And then we're going to exit this command so it doesn't check anything else, because we will not be adding any more songs at this point. So we don't need to check the parts of this command that check for the song, like add the song basically. So yeah, add the counter, set to 0, and then we'll add a command action and set it to exit current command. And that ends it. Next, we'll go to this part. This will be your YouTube key that you should have gotten by watching the video I showed you earlier inside this video. I showed you an old video on how to get your YouTube API key. So if you follow that correctly, you should have your own YouTube API key to put here. I'm not going to give you one. You have to follow the instructions to get one. So this is a special identifier. Add it, call YouTube key, put your key right here. Make it globally usable. And then we have here 2 conditionals. Okay, so the first conditional is if they use a sort of YouTube URL. The second is if they don't use a URL, they use search terms. So we'll add a conditional. and I call this YouTube URL added. And if $arg1 text it contains www.youtube.com, u2.be, or am.youtube.com, then we'll do these things. Make sure this is set to OR. So in here, we will first get the YouTube ID. This will be a script. This will pull the ID from the YouTube URL, regardless of the YouTube URL. If you want to copy it down, go ahead. Otherwise, I will make it available in the description. Okay, then we will save the ID to a special identifier. I just call it YTID. And here we'll save the value $script result, make it globally usable. Next, we need a script to, not a script, we need to make the YouTube URL. This will be another special identifier. We're calling it song URL, all uppercase for the URL. https://www.youtube.com/watch?v equals YTID. And that will be your normalized YouTube link for whichever song they're requesting. Okay, next via a web request, we're getting the title of the video and its duration. Okay, so this is the URL, https www.googleapis.com/youtube/v3/videos !ID equals YTID and part equals snippet, comma, content details, comma, statistics, and key equals $YT key. Make sure this is set to JSON to special identifiers, and you're going to have two pieces here. So hit add new pair so that you can add two special identifiers to save parts of the request to. So first we have items /0/snippet/title. That gets us the title, the official title for that YouTube video. Items /0/content details, uppercase D, /duration. Make that YT duration. Next via the file action, we're going to add the song request to the YT request.txt file. And here that piece is. We're saving $song URL to YouTube request.txt. And then we're going to save the user to the YT users txt file. User display name. And next we'll save the title. So this will be another file action, but this time it'll be also append a file. The YT terms.txt file, $YT title, to save the title of that video. Okay, next we're going to use a script to convert the duration to seconds. The duration as YouTube presents it is not numbers. It's not just numbers. It's like letters and numbers, and we just want numbers. So we'll add a script. And this is the JavaScript to convert the YouTube format for the duration to hours, minutes, and seconds. Take a minute to copy it if you want, or I'll put it in the description. Okay, next we're going to create a special identifier. Call it converted duration. So that means that the converted duration is just in seconds. And we'll save the $script result, which will be this. Make it globally usable in a math expression. Let's see. And then we're going to put the converted duration into an API file, just to not lose it. So we're appending to ytdurations.txt, and we're saving the $converted duration, which is the total seconds of the song that we checked on. When you count the number of lines, just to later on communicate which song they're on, where they are in the queue for this song. So right now what I'm going to do is we're counting the lines in ytusers.txt. So go to the dropdown, go to File, Read and Write, add it, select Count Lines in File, the yt_users.txt file, and save that as ytcount. Then we're going to make a variable, a special identifier called ytTotalDuration. Okay, so yeah, we make a special identifier called ytTotalDuration. We're just setting it to 0, make global usable on the math expression, just to make sure we have something to add to, a valid number to add to. And then we need to take another special identifier, or not special identifier, but we're going to read each line from file. And for the file, we're selecting ytduration.txt. I'm saving it as ytsecs, SECS. And now within here, we're going to update the ytTotalDuration special identifier. So again, it's called ytTotalDuration, but this time we're setting to the value of $ytTotalDuration plus $ytsecs. So whatever the total of yt duration is, we're adding the seconds of the current line on top of that. Okay, and here we're going to convert seconds into hours, minutes, and seconds. So this is a script. Specifically, it is JavaScript. Copy this if you want, otherwise I will make it available in the description. Okay, next we will add a special identifier. And this will be called mins and secs, be a globally usable, and save it as a script result. Then lastly, we will have a chat message communicating what they added. What was the name of the song? How long is it? How long till it plays? Stuff like that. Okay, so Dolphin user domain name added song URL $YT title. They are hashtag $YT count in line, approximately $mins and devs, mins and secs, sorry, to get the total amount of time until the song plays. Which again, because it includes its own duration, the time until that your song plays will be inaccurate, because you don't need to include the time for your song to play, because then your song is playing. So we'll add a counter, set song count to 0, and save the file. The reason we're doing it again here is because it's possible they did not reach the song limit. And so if it doesn't, then that means the command that was up here is not going to stop it. It's not going to stop them from adding a song, which it shouldn't. So since we're done counting the song, we'll set it to 0. If they try to add again, it's going to start counting their song, how many songs they have, from 0. If we don't set it to 0, then it could start from like 2, 3, or 4 or something. Some number higher than what we actually have. So yeah, this is song count, set it to 0, and save the file. And that is it for adding a song based off of a URL. And lastly, the conditional for adding via a search. Add a conditional. And this time, if $argwin text does not contain www.youtube.com, am.youtube.com, or youtube.be, make sure this is set to and. Okay, Then this conditional, you're going to add a special identifier. Call it YT search. Set the value to $ all args. Make it globally usable. I'm going to add a web request. And the URL will be also be a GET request. The URL will be https://www.googleapis.com/youtube/v3/search q equals $YT search, what they're putting in for the search, for the YouTube search, and key equals $YT key, which is their API key, or your API key rather. Set the processing type to JSON to special identifiers, and for the JSON value, put items /0 /ID /video ID. And then for the special identifier name, set it to YT ID. We'll add a wait of 1 second. Just because we're doing another web request right after this, and so we want to give this one time to finish. But in a wait of 1 second, we'll add another web request. And this is a different web request, a different URL. And so for this one, the URL will be https://www.googleapis.com/youtube/v3/videos/id equals $YT ID, and part equals snippet, comma, content details with a capital D. And $statistics and key equals $YT key. Set this to JSON to special identifiers. Add new pair, so you have 2 pairs here. This first one will be items /0 /snippet /title, and call that YT title for the official YouTube title. And then items /0 content details with capital D /duration. Call that YT duration for the YouTube format duration. It will not be seconds, it'll be like some numbers and letters standing for the minutes and seconds. Okay, give it another 1 second. Wait. Just to give a little buffer to finish getting the response back from the web request. And now we're going to convert the YouTube duration to seconds. This will be a script. And here's a look at the script, but I'll also provide a link for it in the description. And this will convert the YouTube format duration into the seconds, basically. And we'll add a special identifier to create a URL, a normalized URL, call it song URL. https://www.youtube.com/watch v equals $YT ID. Make it globally usable. And just like before, we're going to append the song URL to the YouTube request .txt file, and we'll append the song URL to that. We will append the script result, the duration, to the YT duration.txt file for that user, for that song. We'll append the user, user display name, to YT users.txt. We'll append the title, .YT title, to YT terms.txt file. And yeah, all of these are file actions and append to file. And next we'll have another file action. We call it YT line count lines in file for YT users.txt. We'll call this YT count to check which number they are in the queue. We will add a special identifier. And yeah, we'll just call this YT total duration, make it set to 0, make it globally usable, and make it a math expression because we're going to add to it later on, like we did in the first one. And then, like before, we will read each line from file for YT durations.txt. We'll have a special identifier in here. Same name as before, YT total durations, and we will add $YT_sex to YT total duration, make it globally usable, and a math expression. Okay, and we'll take the total number of seconds from the YT total duration, and we're going to convert that to seconds and minutes to later communicate the total amount of time it'll take to get to their song. So this script will convert the total number of seconds to hours, minutes, seconds. And we will save the result of this to a special identifier, call it mins and sex, with the JavaScript result as the value, being globally usable. We'll add a chat message to communicate how long until their song plays and what song is playing, the name of the title, the URL, just like before. What number they are on the queue, and the approximate wait until their song plays. It's also in mins and sex. I don't know if I mentioned it, but it is also in this conditional as well. So from their point of view, the output is the same whether they use a URL or search terms. And then finally, like before, we will reset the song count to 0. Set a counter. Select the song count counter, save the file, set it to 0. And then when someone makes another song request, it'll count the songs from 0 again, not from where we left off in this time they use the command. Okay, so this is it for the song request command. There is one more command I have to show you, and it's simply to play the song from the play the current song in the song request queue. Okay, and it is called play YT request. The reason why you see all these actions is because whenever a song is played, it's grabbing the duration, the title, the URL, and it's also converting the duration again. And then in addition to playing the song, we're also putting on the screen the timer for how long that song will play for. Okay, so these are all file actions. For each, the YouTube request.txt, for the YouTube users.txt, for the YouTube terms.txt, for the YouTube duration.txt, you will have a file read and write action in which you will grab the first line of each of those files. For song, we're calling that current YT. For user, we're calling that current YT user. For the current title of the song, we're calling it YT terms. And for duration, we're calling that current duration. So we'll have a special identifier for the first line of each of these. Okay, next, we're going to add a special identifier. And we'll call it current duration, where we're just taking the current duration from the file here and saving it again, but make sure it's a number and not recognized as a string. Make it globally usable and a math expression. And next, we're going to convert this to minutes and seconds using a script. The same script as before, actually, but just for this this song. And then we're going to add a timer, which will be an overlay. We'll call it, well, yeah, so the action is timer. We'll put it in the MIU music overlay so that if you ever want to refresh the overlay, it'll remove the timer as well as the song that is playing. For the duration, we're providing it $, current duration, which is the length of the song. For the font size, I set it to 96 at my own font, set it to this color for yellow, but you can choose your own color. And then for the position, I set it to, so it's got a high layer position, so it appears on top of the video that's playing. And then for the position type is percentage, and it is 13 for the X position and Y for the 21 position to put it on like the bottom center of the video. And then next we'll play the YouTube song, so add another overlay action. Set this to YouTube. Set the overlay endpoint to MIU music. Don't worry about the duration, because if you don't put a duration, it'll just go away when the video is done. And then for this, we're going to provide the Dawson current YT, which we got from up here. Okay, and I set the width to 1000 and the pixels for 500. You might want to make it half that size because my overlays are kind of weird. And set the position to percentage for the type, and 12 for the X position, and 12 for the Y position. That'll put it in the top left corner. And then finally, a chat message that provides all the song information in chat for people to see. And so for that, we'll have playing $ current YT, the URL, open parentheses, $ YT terms, close parentheses, that's the title. For $ current YT user, that's the current user is playing for. Duration, $ script result, the number of minutes and seconds that song is playing for. And that is the command to play the current song in the queue, the first song in the queue. And save that. Okay, we covered a lot. I believe that's everything. It was a very big system. If I miss anything, please let me know. And yeah, also, if you just want to download the system of commands, go to Ko-Fi, donate a minimum of $3, and it's yours. But of course, remember, you have to update some things, like you have to update your file paths and your API key. Okay. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe for more mix-up tutorials. If you'd like to talk with me, please follow me on twitch.tv/MiniatureGold. And if you value Mix It Up, please become a member of their Patreon to help them pay for the server costs and just the personal bills of life. And thank you for watching. See ya.